Hello all, this is Captain JJ here presenting you here with a new video. This is the Astro recreation livery video once more. Last time around we did Death Anchor and Zuda. This time around we are moving on to the Astro Robin number 14, which is driven by Levin. Now I'm just deciding on the blue colour here because the Astro Robin is predominantly blue. Decided to go with the, let's have a look very carefully, just see which one looks most closely to the Astro Robin blue colour, and deciding it's on the Lamborghini colour. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified on all my doings on YouTube. Now, where were we? We are now also selecting the wheels. Make sure the wheels are exactly the same colour as the bodywork. So with that in mind, let's jump in to the main part of the decorating. Now the Astro Robin is a little bit more of a simpler design. So we are going to start with the front. It's just basically a blue machine with a big long stripe down the middle and two ones on either side. So first off, we're going to do a long line down the bonnet. Going to colour that in a bright yellow, as we show here, and we are going to do the two little lines as well on long side. So one line here, stretch across, colour, and a duplicate on the opposite side, and so that's the front bonnet done. So now we're going to move on to the roof, and we're going to do exactly the same there. Stretch it out. I stretched it out a little bit too far here because it's on the roof. It won't touch the rear windshield, so we're just going to scale it back a bit, cut a bit of the same colour, and then we're going to do the other light. No, that's not correct. No, come on, you'll get there eventually. There we go. Same procedure as the bonnet. Turn around. Looks like it's alright. It is alright. So now we're moving on to other, which we are just going to do here. The other part occurs to the front and the rear windshield. So we are now going to do exactly what we did here. Just make sure it lines up, which it does. Now we're going to do this side. First one down. We're going to change the angle a bit slightly to make sure it evens up slightly, how we do that we did before. So with that part down, now we're moving on to the last part, which is the rear machine. Make sure it doesn't overlap onto the actual boot. Just stretching out just to test the limits. Root down. Yep, it's overshooting, so we're just going to scale it back a bit until it doesn't show on the rear of the machine. So, same colour as before. And now we're going to do the lines as well. Make sure they connect, which they do. Cut that in yellow. Same on the other side. That's done. So now we're going to do exactly the same to the rear wing. Now this is a bit more of a simpler job, so we're just going to speed us through. Same one, but we'll lengthen it a bit to make sure it stays in the wing template. Actually, it's a little bit over, so just make sure it does that. And we are going to put the two lines as we did before. On one side, thicken it up a little bit. Make sure it stretches. Good. And now colour it in yellow. Same on the other side. We're good. And so that's the middle part of the machine of the Astro Robin completed. Now we need to move on to the grille because it does extend to that point. So we're doing other again. We're going to zoom in a little bit here just to make sure we're in the right area. Make sure it's center because we don't want it to be out of line. So that's yellow as well. Once we get there we go. Thank you. Now the lines part, well, first attempt has been cut out, so we're going straight on to the second attempt just to see what was going on. The first attempt, it went a bit, the angle wasn't correct, but that's mainly down to the bottom part, like the spore. It's mainly down to the splitter, which is why it wasn't completely straight. So we know that was unavoidable. So we are going to do that side, duplicate symmetrically this time, so make sure it looks the same way, which it does. There we go. We're going to just move on to the front again, just to cover up the last little bit. So square, move it down, and then colour. Simply done there. So have a look. see if it looks alright. It looks alright to me. So now we are going to go to the right hand side. And now we're going to add the logo. I'm using the machine logo rather than typing it out, because typing it out is a pain in the butt at times when you can actually just use your logo. So make sure it covers the door. And what we're going to do is duplicate, no, not duplicate symmetrically. If you do it symmetrically, you can mirror it as demonstrated there, but I wasn't particularly satisfied with it. Don't forget, don't forget also to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. So while we're here, we're just finished up on that one. The Astro one now done. Now we're just going to move on to the grills. There are 12 grills, 6 on each side. So we're just going to create the first one, like so. We're going to colour it in black. I say we are going to colour it in black. Once we've lined it up, there we go. Let's find the black. Black colour done. To save your trick, duplicate on the opposite side, and then duplicate again, move it down, duplicate other side, duplicate, and then repeat the process until you have 12 circles on overall. 6 on each side, so we've got 10 there. There we go. So with that in mind now, let's move on to the numbers. Actually, we're not moving on to the numbers. I've lied a bit there. What we are going to do is add the little grey caps that these machines always seem to have. Now I'm going to be using other again. So I can put the circle near the refueler on the right hand side. And notice it's also the same on the left. So get the circle, roll it in, and then we're going to colour the outer. We're going to colour the first one grey, and then we're going to do that. Yep, we're good. And we duplicate as well. We're going to reduce the size ever so slightly. But first off, we need to find the grey. We need to find that grey area. No pun intended there. We're just got to find the grey. I zoom in a little bit. Get it reduced. There we go. We're also going to do the same on the opposite side. So finish that up. And we're going to duplicate that on the opposite side. As so. Another part was cut here. But the longer the short was, I selected the wrong part. Tried to do the full line, but it wasn't looking correct, so I decided against the idea. So what we're going to do instead are the teardrops. Just make sure it's in there like so. And we're going to do this on both sides, so we're going to find the grey again, a lighter grey, and a duplicate on the opposite side. We duplicate it again, move it to another area, and then duplicate on the opposite side once more, duplicate again, turn around the opposite side. It can be a little bit iffy at times. It's not quite even, unfortunately, but sometimes it's got to do. And so with that there, that's the refueling section now done. And now we are going to move on to the numbers. So I'm using the GTWS series numbers 1 and 4. So a quick way of doing the numbers is to get the numbers to the desired place with the desired height and width, and then we're going to duplicate on the opposite. We are actually going to duplicate first, move that number over there, duplicate on the opposite side so you get the first one, and then we are going to replace that decal with the 4. And then that number 1, no sorry, that other one even, so we've got to duplicate that one from the left to the right, move out a little bit, we're good, and then we're just going to replace the second one on the left hand side with the 4, and there are the side numbers done once we moved it to the right a little bit. Now there's just one last section we need to do, and that is at the very front of the machine, so back to body 2, and we're going to do the numbers once more. And now in the GX and X continues to its white. In the anime is black, but it looks clearer in black, so I'm going to do it in black. That's just a hint of the anime one. X has a completely different design on the side, which is not consistent to the rest of the series, so that has been left out. So we're doing the second one, replacing it with the 4, and there we go. That's the number done on the Astro Robin. And with that in mind, that is the machine completed as well. So we're just going to show you a little preview on how the machine looks. If you enjoyed this demonstration on how to create the Astro Robin in Gran Turismo 7 from F-Zero GX/anime continuity, please do consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I do daily uploads. This is a weekly project. Next week will be Big Fan, and when you do hit that subscribe button, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified on all my YouTube uploads. So that's it from me. Tomorrow will be more Gran Turismo stuff. Next week will be Big Fang. Until the next video, this is Captain JJ signing out, and it's goodbye from me.